What's up, YouTube? How's it going? That has got to be the most rhetorical question I've ever asked in my life, over and over again, as I apparently asked it in all my videos. But at the beginning of the game, there's going to be no sound until about 5 more feet. But anyway, this gameplay is really about how to play the objective properly and what ways can you play the objective. Now, in a game like Domination, there's 2 ways in playing the objective. There's the guy that's constantly throwing himself on the flag without any regards to anything else. And then there's the guy that's a little bit more laid back, who kinda oversees the flags but won't necessarily jump on them himself. He might play more of a defensive role, in which he secures the flag once and then maybe pulls off, or he might not even secure the flag at all. He lets his teammates go and secure it while he guards over it. And then there's the third guy, the guy that I essentially am. Now, after my experience in Halo, I'm now this third guy that not a lot of people know, or at least that I don't notice people knowing. And the third guy essentially is the guy that looks for that window of opportunity. There's always a window of opportunity in which you're able to capture a flag, or you're able to make a push for a spawn trap. And what that means is necessarily watching the flag, waiting for, well, when a game first starts, I like to watch the B flag, waiting for the enemy team to go on it. And then when they go on it, I kill them, and as they're waiting to respawn, or as they're in that time frame, that short little time frame that they have, I now have a few more seconds towards me capturing the flag. So while they're waiting to respawn and then they have to run across the entire map just to get to me, I now have enough time to capture the flag without really being challenged that much. And that's something I find very effective, something I find works very, very well. And that's also in, let's say, Demolition. If I'm playing Demolition and I need to plant a bomb, the window of opportunity for me would be when the entire team is dead, or when 2 or 3 people on the team is dead. Because now I know I can plant this bomb without being challenged by anyone, and I have my teammates around me either guarding me or pushing the enemy team further away from the objective. And that's essentially how I play all objectives. See, in this game I originally wanted to snipe, but I noticed that at the beginning of the game I was with a few kids that were constantly going to be sniping, and I was like, that's not really going to benefit our team if we're all just running around with a sniper. So I figured I'm going to start off with an auto, and then essentially switch off to a sniper when I feel more comfortable in our team's victory. So that normally means to me, when the team is maybe around 100, when our score is maybe around 100 or close to 100, I'll switch out to my sniper, because I'm fairly comfortable with everything that we're doing, and I can now play a more defensive role with the sniper, because naturally with the sniper I like to watch over flags, because I feel like it's extremely easy to get a kill on someone who's just standing still, which is 100% obvious. And so what I like to do with the sniper is watch and guard over a flag. And in my other video where I gave you guys sniping tips, you'll notice I was always in a choke point area. And this where I'm standing right here is what's considered a choke point area as well. It's not really a spawn trap choke point, but what it is that I can see every possible angle in which the enemy can come towards C or B. So all 3 angles that the enemies have for charging at us, I now have in visual range, and I have the proper amount of time to react to an enemy. Now, I'm not necessarily at the skills I used to be, although I do post up a decent score in this game, where I end up going, I believe, 30-9. I'm still not, the greatest player, because I don't play as much as I used to. Not that I was ever the greatest player, just that I'm not where I used to be, because I don't play as much. So those were the main things I wanted to mention to you guys about how to play the objective properly. Now, if you want to snipe in a game, if you really want to start off a game sniping, I would suggest playing a little bit laid back at the beginning of the game. Make sure you can defend the B flag, because essentially the B flag is always in the middle of the map. Make sure you know an area or a point in which you have aerial views over the B flag, and your enemies can't necessarily see you as easily. And that's what I have here, this little area where I can watch the B flag and the enemies my enemy team can't see me as easily. And that's basically the main thing in playing the objective properly, is knowing when to jump on a flag. Because if you're just constantly jumping on a flag, and the enemy team you're playing against has a spawn trap on your team or just is guarding the flags, you're not going to progress or get anywhere with that. You're just going to be constantly dying. As I've seen happen many times, kids on my team, they go, dude, why aren't you jumping on the flag? I'm looking at them going, you do not notice that the enemy has the flag essentially covered, like the flag is a spawn trap. The second you go on the flag, you're gonna die. So you have to play a little bit more cautious to that and wise to where the enemy might be. So right now where I am and how I am, anybody who goes on the B flag is just gonna die, and they can rush at it over and over and over again, and they'll just die over and over and over again. But that's why you need to know who to take out and when to take out. So when going to capture a flag, let's say the enemy has a chokehold on the B flag and they're by the A spawn, you have to consider the 3 or 4, there's normally only 3 ways you can watch a flag. And after that, they just have to be straight in front of you. You have to consider the 3 ways in which they can approach and or watch a flag from. So that's why when I'm covering a flag, I normally tend to, let's say, travel around the flag before I actually engage on the flag, which is crucial to finding out who's around it, so that way I can break their defensive setup and I can capture the flag a little bit more easily without me needing to, you know, waste my life, because I really dislike dying in Call of Duty. I feel like Call of Duty is easy enough where you can get to the point where deaths become something very rare. And so if I die a little bit too often, I start to get agitated, because Call of Duty is that type of game where deaths can become this rare occasion where it's not going to happen very often. And Halo can be that type of game as well. If you play with an organized team, deaths can become pretty rare in Halo if you're playing with a full party. But other than that, yeah, that was essentially what I wanted you guys to know, how to play the objective properly and how not to, because I see a lot of people running out into the flag without wanting or even considering about breaking up enemy defenses. And, you know, as they say, the best offense is a good defense, and that's extremely true to Call of Duty. At least that's how I play Call of Duty. I'm a very defensive player. Normally I would never run in the center of the map like I'm doing right now, but like I said, I haven't played in a while and my mind's a little droopy. I have a few people on my team that I know, so I'm thinking we can do whatever the hell we want. We are winning. I'm gonna just run around and pretend like I'm Rambo. And that's never a good thing to have. That's never a good mentality to have. Just always, I wouldn't say overestimate, but never underestimate your opponents as well. Because you can think, oh, my team's dominating, I can do whatever I want. And then through that time of you doing everything you want, you know, you end up switching the spawns, and they spawn on the other side. This is how the enemy has C and A right now, which are, I mean, easy flags to counter cap. But at the same time, it allows them, whereas if we were to go and focus all of our energy on A, they can then push up and focus their energy on B and capture B while we're on A. And then when we go for B, while if they were to have captured B early, this is how I turn a game around. They would use their kill streaks on B and then recap A, so that way they can have a triple cap and essentially have 2 people at choke points on C and A, while the rest of the team kind of roams the map. And that's very easily how I turn around games, because I've had games before on this map where I'm playing with a full team and we join a game, not a full team but 2 or 3 friends, and we join a game very late. I remember one time joining a game where the score was literally 100-30 and we still managed to win that game. We were on the 30 squad, we weren't on the 100 squad, and we still managed to win because it's, you know, it's all about the chokeholds and how you can spawn trap an opponent. And that's essentially the end of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you learned everything you could. Take care, God bless, bye.